This is one of the latest articles from Lad Bible, actually, and it was released yesterday, the 4th of October 2020, written by Rebecca Shepherd, saying that the Cineworld cinemas throughout the UK are closing down due to the pandemic's impact on Hollywood and the cinema industry and film industry. Cineworld looks like to close cinemas across the US, the UK, and Ireland, including 128 businesses on the British Isles after being badly hit by the coronavirus pandemic. Britain's biggest cinema chain said the industry has been impacted following the delays of big budget films such as the next James Bond movie, which has been pushed back to November 2021. According to a report in the Sunday Times, Cineworld is writing to Prime Minister Boris Johnson and Culture Secretary Oliver Dowden to say the industry is now unviable, meaning to all the conspiracy theorists that think the USA is the only one being affected by the pandemic and think the USA are the people that released the pandemic and are all lying about the pandemic even existing. Why would they do such a thing and then put their own president in hospital, put loads of people at risk, put the UK Prime Minister in hospital, along with other rich, supposed elite people in hospital, while at the same time crippling their only main source of income from other countries? And with the USA, that is everything with the exception of oil, primarily being the film industry. Now, there is no film industry, and with the kiddie fiddling conspiracies and the kiddie fiddling proof coming out and the proof of sexual harassment, sexual abuse, coercion, cover-ups, lies, mental abuse, and everything else that is going on in Hollywood and that is coming out of Hollywood, along with toxic behavior, celebrities talking down to their fans, celebrities thinking they're better than fans, and the fans primarily having enough of the rich elite actors and the people on the TV screen who used to be entertaining and funny but are now just pandering to people, kissing their feet while saying, I'm better than you. So all of this is happening, which would have had a massive impact with the world of cinema, not including the fact that cinema, now that Marvel's 10 years phase one is kind of complete, have run out of ideas. Nobody wants to go back and see reboots or reruns or sequels anymore. They don't want to see people hashing old series back into movies. They want something new and original. So even though the movies and the film industry is going downhill and cinemas are closing, I'm still hoping, like I said in one of my very first uploaded videos, whether or not the pandemic will kill the film industry, I'm still hoping that it will help spur on the independent film industry, so that when people actually want to go out and look for a movie that they want to see, they're going to go to places like GoFundMe or Indiegogo or Kickstarter to actually find something and find someone who is doing something new, something interesting, is pushing boundaries, is doing something non-PC, is trying to create something that is not only interesting on an intellectual sense and fun on an entertainment sense, but also experimental in an artistic way, as film is a form of art. And people used to love films that were like this. They've kind of taken a decline recently due to the impact of CGI and billion blockbuster movies and movies which are in the 100s of 500 million kind of movies, whereas a normal movie should only really in the opening weekend bring about 200 million, and that's going to be a good blockbuster, or used to be. Now it's got to hit that nearly billion one, and everybody's pushing towards it and making themselves broke by doing it. Take Disney with Mulan, pandering so much and trying to be politically correct so much and trying to pander to the Chinese whilst failing in every single aspect to actually deliver a movie that people would think that they would want to fork out £10 a ticket for the cinema to go see, 20 quid with food. not £20 just to watch the movie. If you're going to spend £20 to watch the movie, you want the food with it. But now cinemas are closing down worldwide. Where is Hollywood going to actually release their films to? And where are people going to find their films, if not through illegal downloading or streaming means? Meaning that they probably will go to Kickstarter and other independent people and bodies for their film and movie entertainment. So hopefully, even though the bubble has burst quite dramatically, suddenly and violently for Hollywood, it should mean that the independent film markets from around the world, such as Australia, Ireland, England, Russia even, because Russia has some good hits. They had that hit with their superhero movie, which I can't remember its name of, but I know they also did a movie, and I'm so going to watch it and do a review on it, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jackie Chan. So even the Russian film market is using Hollywood actors. So I think the independent film bubble will start to blow up a bit and hopefully slowly, steady fill up so that we end up with good, interesting, fun cult movies with small budgets that gain massive amounts of either success or notoriety, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Evil Dead, El Mariachi, and even the first Star Wars film when that came out, because nobody expected it to be as big as it was. That's why they were taking weirder or smaller deals or smaller budget in return for X percentage of either film or merchandise sales. And it was Star Wars that actually made merchandising a movie successful and popular. But at the time, nobody knew what Star Wars was going to do. Nobody knew how big Star Wars was going to be. So as I say, even though Hollywood's bubble has dramatically and violently, spectacularly burst, hopefully the independent film market will start to blow up. Reuters has since reported that the company plans, so that company being Cineworld, to close all 128 sites across the UK and Ireland, a move that could put up to 5,500 jobs at risk, as well as cinemas in the US. Bear in mind that Disney just fired 28,000 plus employees so that their CEOs and bosses could go back up to the wages they should be on, rather than taking that furlough hit, because they want the money that bad that they are willing to cripple their entire industry and toxicate the fans into not wanting to see them, know them, or go to them, or even give them any money. It's not the best plan. The statement posted on the official James Bond Twitter account read, MGM, Universal and Bond producers Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli today announced the release of No Time to Die. The 25th film in the James Bond series will be delayed until 2nd April 2021 in order to be seen by a worldwide theatrical audience. Well, it ain't going to be seen by a worldwide theatrical audience if there's no theatres there to show it. One good thing about this, though, is that James Bond is owned by MGM, and if James Bond isn't making MGM any money, they might actually start that new Stargate series that the Stargate producer keeps trying to push. So there is always silver lining and light at the end of the tunnel. But let us what you know and what you think, and if you're in the industry, and definitely if it's affecting you, being one of the 5,500 people being laid off in the UK and Ireland, or if you're one of the people in the US being laid off, let us know what you think about how the pandemic and everything is affecting the film and movie industry, especially if you literally work in the film and movie industry. It'd be great to hear from you in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, I hope you consider subscribing. Please press like, share and make a comment, as this really does help with the algorithm for YouTube in putting me in a search browser to even begin with. So comments and likes are always appreciated, and much love to anyone who does. Thanks very much, and until next time, take care and stay safe.